Go!
Hey guys, welcome to this episode of the Go Mango Tokukast. I'm your host Frozen Stratos, and today we're going to be taking a look at the premiere episode of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. Man, I haven't shared my thoughts on this show before, but oh man, this episode, it started with certainly a shred of promise, and then it kind of just went downhill from there. The appearance, and again, spoilers to those that haven't seen it, though I guess I'm really not spoiling much. For those of you that already know, Sledge is back, but he appeared and immediately left. I feel like they were sort of the catalyst for the show's reset button, and they hit that reset button hard. Like everything that deviated at the end of the first season just immediately snapped back into place this episode. I really would have liked to see a bit more like consequences, but from, the previous one, or even from Sledge returning. He came back from a wormhole, and presumably it's from the finale of Dino Supercharge, and forgive me if I'm making any quote-unquote continuity mistakes, though I don't think it really matters. I think this is either the Sledge that came from the wormhole that sucked in the Earth and Sledge's ship, or but because and then when they reset time, he got sent into the sun. So I think that was that Sledge. This might be a remnant Sledge, and then again, this is all speculation, and I haven't looked at any of the international spoilers, but maybe that Sledge goes back to his universe, because they've now established that it is a completely different universe. Maybe he goes back and wreaks havoc in the Dino Charge universe, and then that forms the catalyst for their sort of crossover. Maybe they're actually going to do one. Again, I don't know much about the spoilers or anything, but I have been keeping up with the show, just, lightly, because it's not really my thing anymore. Now let's sort of talk about the reset button. Sledge came back with a few villains from the Ninja Steel, or what am I saying? From the Ninja as prisoners. I thought that was neat, and then one of them got transferred over to Odious' side. That was a cool way to introduce a few more villains, even though I don't think Ninja Steel really has a problem of introducing new villains. I guess it was much more so for the introduction of a main villain. I don't know that we're actually going to get any depth from that. She's from a different universe. I don't know if that's going to make a difference. And then after that, Madame Odious revives the Nexus Prism, and it was entirely underwhelming. It was really cool to see the Ninja Steel Rangers fight without their powers. They snapped right into action without thinking about it. Sometimes there'll be this thing of oh, but we don't have our power. They just went for it. They didn't care. So that was really nice to see. Intentional or not, I did enjoy that aspect to it. However, the big downside for me, and I feel like this is across the board, everyone's main gripe is Victor and Monty. This episode in particular, it feels like they're doubling down on the fart jokes, because everyone because everyone across the board hated it. I don't know if kids are enjoying that aspect of it, but I feel like they heard the fan backlash and were like, oh, so you don't like fart jokes? Well, here's more. Here's all of them. Every single one that we have. It was almost funny. Like, it it went around from being like supposed to be funny, turning out to be annoying, but they spammed it so much that it is, I will admit, kind of funny at how much they're leaning in on it. Like, how sad it is that is the level of comedy that they will try to achieve. Like so low. The standards are set so low now that they just keep doubling down on it. And I I shouldn't think it's funny. But now, as I said, it's gone full circle. Now I feel like it's kind of funny. And I thought they had a neat thing where they would sort of write off Victor and Monty. With the whole, again, no international spoilers, didn't know that they were coming back, from that, because they did say at the end of last season that they could, potentially turn this into a business or something, and I'm glad they at least followed up on the stuff that they teased, but it's so minimal and so, so minor, and, I don't know. Ninja Steel pays attention to like the weirdest minutia of their own show. So take that for what you will. Oh man, this episode was, it was so bland. I thought, because like Sledge appeared and then it was just over. Oh, I also wanted to talk about the civilians. Because the whole premise of Victor and Monty's return was that they had this monster repellent, and if you remember from the finale for Ninja Steel, or the second to last episode for Ninja Steel, they used farts to get out of their situation, and it repelled monsters. So then they used that as the basis for their business, selling people monster repellent. I'll be honest, that was kind of a neat way to twist it. And people even used it. People rose up and tried to defend themselves. That to me was very I don't know that I've seen that in current Power Rangers, that was a thing that happens. So I was pretty happy about that. For what it's worth, I mean, again, I'm grasping at straws here. There was not much to this. The biggest reset button thing was Matamodius reviving the Ninja Nexus Prism, and then it just granting them all back their powers through Super Steel. Okay, sure. It felt like nothing really changed from the end of last season to the beginning of this one, outside of Galvanax dying, and really that it really didn't matter. All he truly amounted to at the end of the day was a villain of the week, because Odious has these ambitions. Anyone else has the ambitions to take the ninja stars. He's really of no consequence to the story. Any of those wants or needs could be pushed to any other character. So really, he's relegated to a monster of the week. This episode was shaky, especially with the hashtag Power Force Lives going around, building up a lot of hype for this show, and its premiere. It feels like a really big letdown. I can't get behind this. If this show was good, I'd buy and support the toys, but as it stands, I only have the main characters because I like the ninja suits, and I don't know. I feel like my toy spending speaks to my enjoyment of a franchise, and really, Ninja did nothing for me, and this show is doing nothing for me, especially now. I hope things change. I hear it's going to be good, or they're gonna be pulling out some of the stops for the anniversary season, but really there's not too much change here. It looks to be that we're going to get the same stuff each and every week, and I'm not necessarily looking forward to it, but hey, maybe I can make a show out of it. Thus this was created, maybe to help you guys who don't want to watch it but still want to check in on the show. These are really just the cliff notes. It wasn't great, but and it was so offensive that it became funny. Oh, and it's sad that it's become this. But hey, that's just my opinion. If you want to tell me what you thought about it, or if you've seen it, tell me in the comments down below. Tell me what you thought. Did you like this episode at all? What did you like? You know what? Give me a positive. Tell me what you liked about it, because there are things to like in this episode. It was really just overshadowed by a lot of negatives and a lot of resets. But hey, anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Keep it juicy.